Sorry,
It's
there's
very
chats.
blurry.
It is.
Look.
Dang. What'd you do? Did you just...
I zoomed it in, not with the dots.
I'll send you a better one. Hold up. But, so, today's vlog is, if you keep hearing notifications, I apologize. It's just because their friend is texting them and it's transversing to my phone. But, this vlog is gonna be an unpacking vlog. I better get a setup here. Literally on a Nintendo Switch bag, because, this thing's urgent and it needs to be said.
Yeah.
So there has been a lot going on. Matthew talking behind the camera. So a lot has been going on. So I'll unpack it. You guys know that my wife caught a deadly illness around a month ago, and it's been drastically taking function from her body. And at first we were wondering, if she's only half a stone and her other friends are lighter, why does she look this bony and this terrifyingly thin? And I'm not saying that I look at my wife's looks like I like her the way she does look, but it was just kind of terrifying because no one wants to see their wife looking dead looking, like no one.
No, that's not the first thing.
And so I don't think I've ever told the story of the night of 19. Of course we did in one video, but never really unpacked it. So I apologize if this video is somewhat long, but the day of 19, she was very thin and, she complained of a head cold or a stomach ache or something like that. She got some Tums from her nurse, and then she went through the rest of the day pretty okay and pretty fine. And then she goes on to home and everything's still fine. She kind of complains a little bit more about stomach pain, more head pain, and they were kind of suspecting that because she was probably getting sick, or at least we thought. And she was like, let's just send her to bed. So we sent her to bed, 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Donnie is streaming or live streaming, and he hears choking and gagging and hears sounds of convulsing, just rubbing against her bed sheets. And then he checks it out, and she's having a full practical grand mal, and she's vomiting, and she's, and when 4 a.m. arrives, or 3 a.m., I think it was at 2 a.m., he found her having a grand mal. 3 a.m. arrives, and she gets up, and she's just she's walking, because at this time she can walk. She's 19 years old. She hasn't gone through the full leg paralysis and everything. She still does need her walker and her cane. So she's there with a little cane, trying to grab a glass of water downstairs. She grabbed her a glass of water, went back upstairs, and then forgot something. I don't know. I can't remember what she forgot, but she was probably just going downstairs to go down to the couch or to go down to something because she felt like crap. And she goes down. She falls and hits her head down the stairs. And by that point, we see that the cut on her arm, not from her, just from the Red Robins, as we thought, it has gotten so big to the point that it's from her shoulder up to the shoulder joint, down all the way to her wrist, her carpals of her wrist, which are down here, things that help the bones. But, so we realize the cut has gotten that big. We go to the hospital as intended. It's a very highly contagious, deadly disease. Every person has to get saran wrapped. I remember that. Every person had to get saran wrapped. We just put her in the ambulance. We drive to the hospital, and throughout those times, we weren't even dating. Now we're married, but we weren't even dating at the time. So I loved her, though. I think I was 19? And then we were both 30. So favors worked. So we were 30 when we started dating and got married at 33, but sounds like a fast time to marry, but we didn't know how much of life Doc had left, so we wanted to do it earlier. But she goes through an 11-year coma event, but this time it's so weird. We don't know why she looks so thin, but we figured out last night. So a week ago, Doc was doing pretty okay. I think we went to an SMA conference event, probably more than a week ago. We went to a fun play place, not even not even long ago, probably 3 days ago at best. And we're just chilling there, and a couple days later, we figure out why is Doc looking so thin, and then we figure out at the doctor's, and Donnie puts two and two together. Not saying that he didn't, but I'm saying that it was hard to put two and two together. We realized the reason why she was looking so drastically thin is because the muscle and the bone and all the cells under her skin, the muscle was losing faster and faster all around her body, explaining why she's been getting suddenly weaker. And they're not atrophying, they're dystrophying, meaning they're going away rather than shrinking. And there could be some atrophy there, but they were physically practically going away, because her cheekbones, you have muscle and fat in your cheeks, but then that muscle and fat in Doc's cheeks were suddenly gone away, and she has cheekbones protruding. In some outfits she doesn't, but it portrays in different things. And so we get there, we're like, what the heck? And one day when Doc was using the restroom or about to be on our vest on the toilet, we didn't even put the little toilet strap on, and we noticed a rib start shaking. A rib, a physical rib from out her. I can't touch her chest because she now has a rib chest plate, but a rib starts shaking out of nowhere. We're like, Emmy. I was like, Emmy, can you come here? Emmy said, yeah. We come in there. We see Doc's rib is shaking, but she's not even on her vest. And keep in mind, Doc's bones are brittle, and the vest doesn't break a rib. It never did. It just shakes her ribs and her chest, but it's never a thing to worry about. We've never had to worry about it because nothing ever happened. But we noticed the ribs started shaking before she even got on the vest or even put on a strap above. And we're like, oh, that's not even normal. That's not supposed to be normal. A rib shaking out of nowhere. So in the end, we get, oh my god, I can't even remember it because it was such a scary night. But we asked her doctor about it, and they're like, okay, just keep checking on it. The next morning, we do not see that rib. We see rest of ribs, empty spot, rib. Where did her 10th rib go? We're like, what the? So Doc has 10 ribs on each side because when a human body, don't they have 12 on each side?
Mm-hmm.
She only has 10 because 2 of her ribs, she had a bone malformation at birth or something, whenever, and she's only had 10 ribs ever since, but that's never caused a problem. It's just showing a little bit extra lung, but it's nothing dangerous, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So she's been able to live with it just fine, never caused a pneumothorax episode, but we see that she only has 9 ribs on the right side and 10 on the left. We're like, Doc hasn't had another rib malformation ever since birth.
Mm-hmm.
Why is there 9 ribs on one side rather than the 10 that she has? So now she only has 19 ribs in total, not 20. So at that point, we're already nervous and kind of scared. So a couple of days pass, we see more ribs go away. We're like, well, now she only has 5 on her right side and 8 on her left. What in the world is happening?
Mm-hmm.
We're like, wait, why are their ribs randomly falling? So, this video is going on for 8 minutes. I do not care. But, we get to the doctor. They do a surgery to remove all the ribs that were inside her body. And so, they're trying to do this today. They said that it was some weird bone malformation. Her bone got that weak and that brittle to the point that her body just naturally shaking and naturally being there with so much friction on her rib, it was causing them to shake and dislocate and fall. Physically fall. That's how weak her bone was. So they're giving her a shot. You have to give it into her stomach 1 time a day. And you have to pinch a piece of fat on her stomach. We're hoping that we can find some. You pinch some fat and you put the shot in the stomach, as needed. But that kind of seems like her other shots, so I'm sure she'd be okay with it. But it's supposed to strengthen the bone. of the rib cage and to strengthen the bone all in all, to hopefully not other bones being affected by this easily dislocating and having other problems. So they're trying to do a rib replacement at 7 p.m. tonight, a rib replacement surgery, and giving her those shots so no longer her ribs would fall. She currently has 0 ribs in total, so she has no ribs. So we had to put a chest template, and also Doc is getting a new wheelchair. You noticed when we talked about Doc's new wheelchair, it may seem crazy that she's already going to a 3rd new wheelchair, but that new wheelchair was crap. No offense. It made her slanted when she wasn't supposed to be. The straps, I personally think they held better than these ones, but it's totally fine. Her legs were just practically dangling there, which could cause her knee to dislocate. You never know. And a lot of things are wrong. She's currently in her old chair. Her new wheelchair should be coming in very soon. And it's not about the video, but Donnie got his little radiant Charizard in the mail today, so pretty looking. But that's all I really wanted to talk about. Doc's ribs were randomly shaking and falling out, and we're getting a rib replacement surgery, and she's getting a new wheelchair. A lot of unpacked in this 11-minute vlog. Thank you so much for watching this long vlog, and we'll see you all whenever the next time we vlog. Bye!